Hello everybody, this is Doll Dazzler and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be going through some Misfit items that were in the box of vintage accessories and items and clothes for Barbie that I had found. And so these were just like little Misfit pieces. I do have probably some more of them out and about, but I was able to put these couple of items together. And so we'll just get into it. So these are some of the doll stands. I'm taking it that they are Barbie because they're tall enough to support Barbie. The question that I have for you guys, if anybody knows, is these are marked 1966. And I don't think that you can see that on there. I'll see if I can get as close as possible to my camera. There we go. You can see it. It's upside down though. My question is, were they made in 1966? Because I know that the doll molds themselves, all of Barbie, are marked 1966. And it doesn't mean that the doll was made in 1966. It just means that it's that doll mold. It belongs to Mattel. So I'm curious, are these the same? Do they work the same way, whereas they were mass produced and so they just used the 1966? Or were they actually 1966? So I don't know the answer to that question. If anybody knows, please leave that in the comments for me. So I've got two white ones and one clear one. Whoops, sorry. And then we have, don't know if this is Mattel or not, but it's like a little pillow. Kind of like little sateen. It's worn through, so it is. It's definitely vintage, but don't think that it's Mattel. Then I have this little elf. These were really popular. They first came out in the 60s, I believe, maybe even the 50s. But I don't know if this one is handmade or if it was bought. It's got some qualities that it could be where it was purchased, but because of these two items, they're made out of pipe cleaners, it makes me think that quite possibly they were handmade. So I don't know if anybody else has this kind of stuff. This one is a little bit, kind of reminds me of like the wedding party set for Barbie. Tootie and I think PJ would have been a part of the wedding party, and so they had flowers and like bouquets that they would have carried, and so this reminds me of that, but I don't know, it looks like it's handmade as well. So if anybody has one of those, or if they know that it's probably handmade, but if you guys have any information on that, please let me know. This is one of the wigs. Now I have a whole bunch of these, and I also have the wig stand somewhere in a box. So when I find it, I'll be putting this with it. But this would have been for the Fashion Queen Barbie, or the Midge. There was a Midge that was made without hair, so you could use wigs on her. So that's be putting that with the wigs. And then these are really, really neat. To even have them still on the actual leg pattern. They're probably for Skipper, because they're a little bit on the shorter side. I don't think that they were for Barbie. Maybe Francie. Could be for Francie. So, and there's nothing the matter with them. They've never been used. In fact, this one I think is still like hooked to the hooked to that leg. So those are really neat. And then I have these little boxes. I'll do this little box first. I do not know if these are Mattel or not, anything in these boxes. I haven't really gone through them. So it looks like there's some like little shoes in here. And those could be for Tootie. Or I think that there was a little doll named Carla. And some little brushes in there. So I don't know if those are for the Tootie size dolls. And then or if they're even Mattel. If anybody knows, please leave it in the comments for me. And then this is the same thing. Whoever had these really took really good care of their stuff. It was all separated so really, really nice. I don't know if these are Mattel, but I mean, they could be for Tootie. Francie, not Francie. Francie's too big for these, so it would be Tootie or Skipper, maybe. So there's like a little pair of, I don't know what these would be, like a little slipper. And then these are like those are in really good shape. And all of the pairs are in there too. So underneath there is the pair. And then the little tennis shoe. So that's excellent. Yeah, whoever had this took really, really good care of it. Okay, and then so there's this last box, and this is really a very cool box. It's from the May company in California, and so I know when I lived in Colorado a long, long time ago, I do remember a store called the May, and so I'm thinking that this is like a jewelry box from that store. Not sure, but if anybody has any information on that, I know that this is a vintage box because that store went out of business quite some time ago. So if anybody has any information on that, or if you have like a picture of that store or have some kind of advertisement that you'd be willing to share, please leave it in the comments for me. I think that I love vintage stuff, so I think that's very, very cool. So inside of this box, I'm just going to go little by little here. I might even just dump it off to the side and put it back in as I go. Okay, so this says, it's a little, I don't know what that is. It's a little party invitation. It looks like my camera's not going to pick that up. I'm really sorry. It's like an invitation to a party. And the closer I get, the more blurry it becomes. So I'm sorry about that. We'll come back to that one. Maybe it'll pick it up in a minute. This is like a little belt. I'm not going to pull on it though because it's elastic. And over time, elastic does wear out. So I'm not going to mess with that. We have, this is definitely vintage. Don't know if these are Mattel, but they're pretty good quality. Can't tell on that one. It's actual, looks like they put an actual mirror in there. So that's pretty neat. And then here's one. Mattel did make these a lot. So, oh, and it does have a B on the back. So we know that that's Barbie. And I don't know why my camera is not focusing. I'm sorry. All right. And then we have a whole bunch of these little, combs and brushes. And I'm going to see if I can get them all in one time, and then you can show them to you. Okay, so there's the little flat combs and these little brushes, and it looks like that there's a little toothbrush in there as well. So I don't know if these are all Mattel or if they are from another collection. And let's see if my camera will pick it up now. Nope, it still does not want to focus on that for some reason. There we go. Push a little button. All right, so it says, I'm having a party and you're invited. So I don't know if that's Mattel or not, but it looks like it's a little invitation. Okay. And it's probably pretty good that I have that focus button on now. So this is like a little present. I don't know if it's Mattel or not, but it's really kind of cute. I don't know. It could be handmade. I don't know. It's probably, looking at some of the other stuff in here, this is definitely that wedding party that I was talking about. And these probably belong to Tootie. I don't know about this one. This is a little bit big. But this is like a little headpiece. So this, maybe it's party, going to a party, and that's the gift. Don't know. If anybody has any idea what these, I think these are from the wedding party. That's what they look like. I'll have to do the research on the outfit and see what was supposed to come along with that for Tootie. Unless somebody knows and leaves it in the comments for me. Here are some little curlers. These are still in their little package as well. And the package is sealed, so that tells me that this came with something, but they never opened and used it. And then here is a little piece of candy. So part of the party thing. And then these are probably Skipper, or yeah, it's probably Skipper Sky's red shoes. And then this is probably, those are little boys' shoes. So I don't know if these are Mattel or not. And I think that if they are Mattel, I'm trying to see what it says in there, they would probably belong to Ricky. So I don't know. That would be really neat because my Ricky doesn't have any shoes, so I can put those on him. And then we have ribbon. This would have probably, might have belonged to just about any of them. The talking Barbies, or the living Skipper doll, Stacy, any of those. So that's in pretty good shape. And then I have two belts. A red one and a brown one. Don't know what those would have belonged to, but if I'm going through the clothes and I need a belt that's those colors, then I know that I have one. Alright guys, so that's the end of this Misfits video. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you guys have any ideas on what some of these items are, what they belong to, please leave it in the comments for me. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.